we're going to start off with your guy, the real JR. Great game yesterday out west. You had the T-Wolves taking care of the Suns yesterday on a go-ahead bucket, 120-117. The best game Julius Randle has had so far since being in Minnesota. You've been high on your guy, man, the new Shaq and Kobe. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, man, give it time. Give it time to marinate. You know, that was a big shot by him, and, you know, I think they got it together now.
It was a push-off.
I was going to say, get well soon, Josh Okogie. Was that a push-off or a flop?
He just said that because Josh is man. Fuck him.
Pushed off. Man, welcome back to Minnesota, Josh. That's how they feel,
Yeah,
man.
watch out, Josh. You in the way.
Get pushed off for a game winner.
All that smut Teague and put on Minnesota, you had to take that. That's your vet. That's your vet.
So this Jeff off?
Yeah. Jeff the reason.
They don't love you like that.
Nah, that was a big shot, though, bro. That was killer.
It was a great shot. But before we even get to the game details, it was funny because people were analyzing that, and a lot of people were saying, was it a push-off? Was it a flop? And then they start going back to NBA history as some of the best shots ever, and they said that the Byron Russell and Jordan was a push-off. Do y'all agree with that?
He did.
He definitely pushed him.
Yeah, he did.
But it made
Byron
for good
Russell
TV.
is Josh Okogie. It's the same.
Hey, don't do my dog J.O. like that, man. Call him Byron Russell.
Yeah, Karl Malone was
Whoa.
Byron Russell's vet. Jeff was Okogie vet.
Fuck out of here. I ain't never been no.
Wait, time out, man. We can't do my dog like
I ain't
that.
never been no Karl Malone. I like older women.
Consent is key.
I always like the
Oh,
old
They
heads.
not like
people
us.
dark lives.
I always like the old heads.
Yeah, I'm crazy. All right, but back to the T-Wolves, man. We know we were talking about them being up and down the season. They strung together 2 big victories these last couple of games. Took care of Sacramento and then Phoenix. What do you think it's going to take for them to keep this momentum going so far?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's to me, y'all can talk about it. It's still early for me, though. Still, I don't put too much hype on it. And then not Minnesota. Phoenix is missing KD.
For sure.
That's tough, bro. 1-4 since KD's departure. I don't know. When is he supposed to come back? Do y'all know?
They haven't said a particular timetable, but they said it was going to be a couple of weeks when they first, you know what I'm saying, said that. I imagine the next week or so.
They should at
we'll
least
make an update.
go. They should at least go 500 while KD's out.
Well, so far they haven't been close to that, so they're gonna have to make up some ground. I mean, D-Book put a team on his back yesterday. He had a season high of 44 yesterday. It was a good game, a very close game, a game that they probably could have won either way. But I would say at this point, what do you think the Suns need to do to stay afloat without KD?
They gotta play some defense, man. I mean, I know it's a high-scoring league, but 120 on the road, you're never gonna beat somebody scoring. They scoring 120 while they at home. I mean, it's gonna be a tough out. But they gotta find some more consistency throughout the bench. Like D-Book's hooping, Bradley Beal had moments. They gotta get somebody hooping off the bench. They've been struggling. Monte Morris need to do a little more. I mean, he's capable of playing better, but nobody's really giving him much.
That's very interesting with that. Like you said, without KD, I mean, we understand why, but they still got to get it done, especially if they want to be a top seed in this conference. Listen, man, the Timberwolves, you see the chemistry is there so far, and I think that's going to start translating more into wins. Like you said, it took them a little bit to get figured out, but if Julius Randle feeling that comfortable, and this is a part of the Julius Randle experiment, he going to have them games just like you scratch your head like, what's going on? But then yesterday, you getting 35. Like, he's that capable of a player. I think once they figure out how to get that consistency, they're going to be a tough team to deal with, man.
Oh, yeah. Him and Ant just got to get on the same page, bro. That's it. They'll be okay. I told you, I still got faith in my guys.
Most definitely. And obviously, we know it's early in the season. Do you think there's a player or something that the Suns need, or do you just wait for KD to get back before you start doing any moves?
No, that team is based around KD. I mean, obviously it's Book's team, but KD make them go. He's that elephant in the room every time he's on the floor. Like, everybody knows Kevin Durant's probably the best player on the floor most of the games. So when he get back, that changed the dynamic of their whole team. But I want to talk about Julius Randle. I mean, the last 2 games that they played, he been hooping.
Most definitely.
So I think he's getting comfortable, and like to see AE let him get the game-winning shot, that's what we talking about with like Philly when Paul George and those dudes and Tyrese Maxey had it going. AE was playing good, but he didn't have it going like Julius Randle. And he deferred and let Julius Randle get the last shot. You don't really see that too often.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I think Joe Ingles at the inbounds, but shout out to him for making that decision because he could have got his A, but it would have been super, super forced. But him getting into JR right there, they gave him a chance to win the game, like you said. Deferring in the moment and not being selfish enough to saying, I got to get this regardless. You rather put the W before you getting the game-winning shot. But a lot of egos be involved in them late game situations, for sure.
Nah, yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been a part of it, but You know what I mean? Shout out to CJ Miles. But, you know, some people want that shot. And
Feed the high hand.
I knew he
That's how
wanted
it
that
go,
shot,
bro.
but for him to see Julius Randle had it going, to let him get that rock and win the game. And it wasn't no hate. He was the first person to run up to him.
Yeah, and then the boss man D-Lo quote in the post game, you can tell they rocking with each other.
Yeah, facts.
Now the flip side of that, if you're the inbounder and you don't get it to the star player and it don't work out, do you get reprimanded for that, or does the person shooting get reprimanded for that?
I mean, he had it going. Like, I mean, I don't think nobody would have been mad. I mean, he had 35.
Okay.
Like,
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
man.
I just didn't know if it was a thing. 'Cause I know because coaches be mad because they take the inbound situation very, very serious. They put their best passer there. They're like, hey, your job is to make sure it gets to a game-winning situation. But if it goes astray, it's like, all right, I'm looking at you too because you're the reason he had the ball.
nah.
Oh, okay.
You got to get the ball in. Whoever open, man.
Yeah, it don't even matter.
And usually a star player want to get open. And the reason Julius Randle was at the top, they knew he could make that shot. It was
sure,
his
man.
time.
Shout out to the real JR, man. Had to show some love to start off, man. We was critical of him, but he doing his thing. You got to show respect where it's due.
Try to tell y'all, bro. But it is what it is.
Put him on your parlay next time.
Yeah, I got it.
For sure. Keep you up to date in the NFL as well. A couple of fire games yesterday. The Bills and the Chiefs. The first loss of the season, 30-21. Late game pick from Pat Mahomes. Shout out to Josh Allen for finally getting over the hump against Patty. But, I mean, it's the Chiefs, man. They're going to do what they do. They had a little hiccup yesterday. I don't feel no problem with their organization or their situation at all, man.
Pat Mahomes really not playing good this year. We're going to keep it real. They just winning.
They did,
But
yeah,
he's not having like a great MVP type year.
No, I think he probably passed that too. I think he probably just like just get me to the playoffs type shit.
Yeah, I mean, he just having an okay football year. But
Okay for him was crazy, but yeah.
I mean, they're winning, but he's not having like a superior quarterback season like some of these other guys are. Like, actually, Josh Allen's having a really good year.
He is, but like you said, you coming off of winning the Super Bowl last year, and now you going your first loss, Denver midway through the season. Pat just get me to the finish line.
Yeah,
type shit.
pretty much.
Yeah, he ain't playing for stats.
He
no more.
OG now.
Most definitely, he playing
Which
for
is
legacy,
crazy because he's super young.
and still got plenty more to go. But I mean, it was a good game yesterday for most definitely. Steelers, man, shout out to Russell Wilson. 4-0 since he came back. They took care of the Ravens yesterday.
It's over for Fields. Damn, I told y'all let him play wide out.
It was nobody's even thinking about that conversation no more, which ain't fair to him because I mean he's still a very solid, capable player. But Russell Wilson came in and did what he's supposed to do. Mike Tomlin looking like a genius. Everybody questioning him. I mean, not really, but everybody was kind of like, "What you gonna do with this situation?" He's like, "I ain't tripping. We about to win." Whole time they taking care of business, man. Shout out to the Steelers. The Bengals game yesterday against the Chargers was insane. The Chargers beat the Bengals, but the Bengals scored 21 points in a row yesterday. It was nuts. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Legendary combination. I just don't know if they ever gonna get over the hump for real.
Yeah, they really John Stockton, Karl Malone.
That's very interesting.
On the field though.
I mean,
like, they
respect,
never
Lord.
gonna win nothing, but they stats gonna be crazy.
Oh, hell yeah. Most of that. And Jamar Chase is like that.
Yeah. His stats gonna be crazy. Like I said, he gonna be a top 5 receiver all time when it's all said and done, but he ain't gonna have no rings.
Man, free Jamar Chase, man. That's the only way he gonna get a ring because it ain't gonna happen there in Cincy. Get well soon. I want to talk about the Colts, man. Shout out to AR. Shout out to AR getting that dub yesterday. Colts took care of it.
Shout out to AR.
Shout him out.
Y'all
Hey,
crazy,
shout him
man.
out.
I love AR.
We critical when you don't do good, but I gotta show respect when you get on the field and do what you're supposed to do, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Show
Hey,
respect.
he was-
Late game drive took him home, man.
Get
We
out
don't
of
just
here,
say
AR.
shit.
Get out of here
Got a
while you
dub.
can, Lord. Get out of here, man.
Yeah, that organization got a lot going on, but I gotta show respect
And the
to AR, bro.
fans.
And the fans.
Yeah, y'all jokes, bro.
Very tough fan base for sure. Very, very tough. But listen, he got an opportunity to play yesterday like he was supposed to and took him home.